Hi, Aiden. We have EG here.
Great. Hi, EG. Thanks for joining us. To kick things off, could you give us a brief overview of what DIN is and what inspired its creation?
Yeah, thanks, Aiden. DIN is Infura's permissionless marketplace offering and protocol. So we've been developing it within Consensus for close to 3 years, actually a little over 3 years now. And it's the evolution of the traditional Infura product, which started out providing public RPC and then evolved into becoming a traditional SaaS business serving the developer community of Web3. And now we wanted to expand that vision into what we feel like supports the next evolution of Web3, which is a permissionless marketplace offering serving developers and infrastructure operators, and making sure that whatever network or API developers need access to, they can find it through this protocol.
That's a compelling evolution. So DIN essentially builds on Infura's foundation by creating a permissionless marketplace for infrastructure services. Could you share how this marketplace model benefits both developers and infrastructure operators compared to the traditional centralized approach?
Sure. Yeah, good question. One of the ways is discovery. If you wanted to use Ethereum and consume Ethereum data, Ethereum's been around for over 10 years now. They're well-established players like Infura that many people already know to go to get those services. What if there's a new chain that launched in the last 6 months? Infura might not support it. One of the other participants in like the RPC ecosystem may already support it. How do you find out who that is? Right now, it's a Google search, finding a website, looking into the reputability, um, of that entity that's providing this service, because oftentimes it's somebody that's relatively new to the space and serving this new chain just independently or um, yeah, as like a single offering. So you lose out on that benefit of knowing that the reputation of the provider can give you some safety and security in your choice of who you're building your application on top of. So DIN allows you to find all of these different services that are out there, who are the providers that are serving those things, and being able to make a selection based of who you want to use for infrastructure based on whatever criteria you want to use or you have for filtering your service providers.
Absolutely. That flexibility and choice can really empower developers. Shifting gears a bit, what are some of the major milestones on DIN's roadmap that you're particularly excited about, and how do you see these milestones shaping the future of the Web3 ecosystem?
Well, we've been incrementally developing and delivering this protocol, starting with adding just one network, the Blast L2, last year. And we've slowly added one or two networks every month since then. And the goal is that we move from this permissioned version of the network that we've had, where we've been the ones sourcing the demand and adding these offerings, to it being permissionless and the community being the ones um, adding new services to the network, because that uncaps the growth of the network and the protocol. So we launched as an EigenLayer AVS late last year, and or announced that we were going to be launching as an EigenLayer AVS late last year. And we're in the testnet phase right now, where we are um, making it so that infrastructure operators will be able to permissionlessly join the network through EigenLayer restaking, and then being able to add their own services rather than the Infura consensus team being the ones that are coordinating that effort.
That's a big step towards decentralization and scalability. With infrastructure operators joining permissionlessly and contributing services, it really opens up the ecosystem. Looking ahead, how do you envision this model impacting the broader Web3 community and the way developers build and scale their applications?
It'll affect developers by
those gaps and prioritize the needs of the community. Looking ahead, how do you envision DIN evolving over the next few years, and what impact do you hope it will have on the broader Web3 landscape?
Sorry, I got confused by the question. Can you repeat the question, Aiden?
Of course, I was asking how you envision DIN evolving over the next few years, and what impact do you hope it will have on the broader Web3 landscape?
My hope is that over the next few years, we go from developers consuming services through just traditional centralized providers to using tools, or if not tools, then directly consuming data from this DIN protocol. That um,
That's a
this
powerful.
allows developers to get access to all of the different APIs and networks that they're going to need to build multi-chain aware applications with the best user experience and the best developer experience, because you're consuming these services and paying for the services in a unified way, which is like the DIN payment orchestration system.
That definitely sounds like a game changer for the ecosystem. Thanks for explaining that, EG. Before we wrap up, is there anything else you'd like developers or potential partners to know about getting involved with DIN?
We have our regular open calls that we have weekly where people are participating and learning more about what the current state of development of the protocol is. In addition to that, we're in our second testnet phase right now, where we're introducing the concept of people joining the network through EigenLayer as an AVS and slowly activating more of the features that transition us over from this permissioned federated state over to being fully permissionless. Some things in there are how tokenized payments go out to providers, how rewards get paid out to providers, how the on-chain SLA gets enforced through slashing via the EigenLayer systems.
Sounds
And
like an exciting time to get involved. Thanks so much for sharing these insights, EG. This has been a great introduction to DIN and its vision. Thanks for joining us today.
sure thing.
Thanks,
Thanks.
Aiden.